this package, People's Democratic Party holds primaries to elect flag bearers for House of Representatives election. Akwa Ibom youth charged to eschew rancor and ethnic sentiments in voting for a governor in 2015. Head of Civil Service reiterates government's preparedness to appraise recommendations of committee set up to streamline service records of staff of the Uyo Capital City Development Authority. Details shortly. A very good morning to you today. You're welcome to AKBC 45 News. I am Meflin Mbom. Primaries to select candidates that will fly the flag of the People's Democratic Party in the House of Representatives election in 2015 were held throughout yesterday in the country. In Akwa Ibom State, the exercise was held at various centers including Uyo Township Stadium, Mobile Police Base Ukana, Mobile Police Base Idor, and various federal constituency centers. NKBC 45 News visited the PDP Secretariat along Edetapan Avenue to monitor the distribution of election materials. Colonel Edem Efreti reports.
Secretariat, returning officers were presented with election materials after being addressed by the state party chairman Obong Paul Ekpo and the chairman of the national delegation of the party from Abuja, Mr. Boshun Oshun Tokun. Party stakeholders, including some aspirants who also visited the secretariat, also witnessed the distribution of materials. Only party officers and journalists were allowed inside the premises, while other concerned members who came with some of the aspirants were stopped at the gate. Security operatives were on hand to ensure order and safety, while entrances leading to the party secretariat from Oron Road and Wangiba Road ends were blocked. Speaking, the state party chairman Obong Paul Ekpo said the party has put in place a level playing field for all aspirants and that delegates were expected to do justice to the people's mandate in their trust. The chairman, who observed that every contestant will want to win in elections, however, advised aspirants to cooperate with the party by ensuring peaceful conduct. On the change of venue for some federal constituencies, Obong Ekpo said the decision was based on negative security reports which indicated that holding the primaries at those centers would endanger lives and property.
That for those who will not make it, of course, it's a definite thing that it's not all that will make this elections. I'm telling them to remain steadfast, I'm telling them to remain calm, I'm telling them to be good losers and to continue to work for the party. There are a lot of other things that will go to them when the party secures the victory in 2015.
The chairman of the 5-man national delegation of the party, which was in the state to conduct the primaries, Mr. Boshun Oshun Tokun, charged all aspirants, delegates, the returning officers, and all concerned to cooperate with the party by ensuring that the primaries are free and fair.
I was there during the screening committee, during the screening of the aspirants. I was the chairman too. So please, the way you people conducted yourself during the screening exercise, which was very peaceful, transparent, no chaos, no rancor, please let us repeat the same thing now during these primary elections.
Colonel Edem Efreti reporting.
Youths in the state have again been charged to eschew all forms of rancor and ethnic sentiments for the state to be able to produce a governor in the 2015 elections that would ensure meaningful and sustainable development. Governor Godfrey Akpabio gave the charge while addressing youth of Uyo Senatorial District at a summit organized by Uyo Senatorial District Youth Coalition, USDYC. Colonel Edem Efreti reports that the governor was represented by his deputy, Lady Valerie Ube. His report.
youths as the vanguard of the future said greater burden of determining the future rests on their shoulders, adding that they must be united to be able to set agenda on how the state should look like. He advised them to consciously work in unison with the decision of the People's Democratic Party concerning elective positions in order to set the state on its right path. The governor congratulated organizers of the Youth Summit for sensitizing the youths on the direction to follow.
The two people we are looking for to become the governor and senator and the next person as member of the House of Assembly will surely succeed because they have the protection of our youth.
The chairman at the event, Senator Effiong Bob, also lauded youths of Uyo Senatorial District for organizing the summit and on their decision to determine their future by towing the lines of the People's Democratic Party in the 2015 election with regards to its zoning arrangement. He urged them to maintain their stand as a united people to enable Uyo Senatorial District produce sellable candidates at the People's Democratic Party's primaries.
You must take your own destiny on your hand and stand by the truth and the faith, not to be close about than what people say or what people refuse to say, even though it's the right thing to say.
A former governor of the state, Otuekong Idongosin-Kanga, harped on the need to support Udom Emmanuel to emerge as the governor in 2015. Otuekong Kanga, who exposed the youth to the disadvantage of being in the opposition in politics, advised them not to allow politicians to mislead them.
The doors that were closed before are opening for you. My prayer is being fulfilled that the youth of Uyo Senatorial District are ready to take their destiny in their hands and are ready to defend their generation.
A governorship aspirant, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, said he has accepted the decision of Uyo youths and appreciated them for it. Mr. Udom, who said the state needed to move from the present transformative state to that of sustainable development, promised not to betray the confidence placed in him.
Today, 5th of December, the walls of separation, the walls that would have created any issue amongst the rights and then the above of ourselves. One in English and one in Havana would come together and then form what we call ourselves. That the use of this state that have hope, that have faith, and have demonstrated that today and your faith will never be dashed.
The senatorial district aspirant, Obongbasi Albert Akpan, said he pulled out of the governorship race in obedience to the party and its leadership. Obongbasi observed that Uyo youths are not interested in where one comes from, but what he can deliver.
There's only one platform. There's only one platform, and that is the platform for the future of the youth of Uyo Senatorial District and youth of the Bible state. People will not compromise any federal constituency come 2015. People will not compromise the Senate of Uyo Senatorial District come 2015. People will not also compromise the governorship of the state come 2015.
A motion for adoption of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan as sole candidate for presidency, Mr. Udom Emmanuel as a sole governorship candidate for Akwa Ibom State, and Obongbasi Akpan as one for the Uyo Senatorial District by the people, was moved by the member representing Suribom in the State House of Assembly, Barrister Nofio Luke, seconded by the Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Mr. Enobong Uwa. Colonel Edem Efreti reporting.
The head of civil service, Mrs. Cecilia Odorsian, has reiterated the preparedness of government to critically appraise the recommendations of the committee set up by her office to streamline service records of staff of Uyo Capital City Development Authority, UCCDA. with a view to implementing them for the best interests of staff of the authority. Mrs. Udorsian stated the resolve of the government while receiving the report of a six-man committee inaugurated to handle the exercise, describing the Uyo Capital City Development Authority as a critical agency of government. The head of civil service noted that her decision to set up a committee arose from the challenges that surrounded the management of personnel matters in the authority. While expressing appreciation to the committee members for a job well done, Mrs. Udorsian assured that with recommendations, she was hopeful that when implemented, the UCCDA would be better repositioned to effectively carry out its statutory functions. Earlier, the chairman of the committee, Mr. Joseph Adidem, said his committee worked in line with his term of reference, which included critically look into the activities of the UCCDA with a view to repositioning it for effective and efficient performance, streamlining staff recruitment, past promotions, conversions, transfer as well as contact staffing in line with the public service rules. This also includes working out modalities for the proper constitution of junior and senior staff management committees in the UCCDA. The committee, he said, had made a case for the absorption of core staff of the capital city to mainstream civil service, creation of additional departments in the UCCDA to accommodate the interest of relevant professionals, while respective polling ministries should take full responsibilities of their full staff to enhance efficient and effective discharge of duties. More news after the break.
My challenge to the Akwa Ibom youth today is to rise up and protect the uncommon transformation. Rise up and protect the uncommon transformation. There must be sustainability. So for me as a governor, I'm charging Akwa Ibom children, the future belongs to you. Your fathers have done their bit. Rise up and protect your future. Bring a governor that will bring industrialization. Bring a governor that will bring progress. Bring a governor that will bring development. Not the one that goes on ethnic cleavage. Not the one that goes to bring tribalism. Not the one that gangs up with elders and wants to come through the window. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate our dear President, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, for the endorsement given to him by the National Executive Committee of our party as the sole candidate in 2015 presidential election. I want to thank the people of Nigeria for recognizing that leadership comes from God, and God gives it to whom he pleases. So I stand with my dear President so that he will succeed for my children to have Nigeria tomorrow. I thank Nigeria for supporting Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
The Nigerian Navy has notified candidates from Akwa Ibom State who registered online for recruitment into the batch 72 that the exercise will start on Monday, December 8 to Friday, December 12 at NNS Victory Naval Base, Calabar, Cross River State. A government statement has advised such candidates to appear for the exercise with duly completed attestation of good character, original copies of educational trade certificate, birth certificate, or age declaration, as well as writing materials. The statement noted that buses will be available to convey candidates from Akwa Ibom residing within the state to Calabar from the governor's office annex today between 1 o'clock and 2:30 in the afternoon. Any candidate who arrives later than 2:30, the statement warned, should consider himself late for the trip. The Federal Inland Revenue Service in the state has taken steps to exercise its oversight function of collecting taxes which should accrue to it by the relevant government agencies. The body, which has the responsibility to enforce tax payments to the federal government, on Thursday undertook a visit to the College of Education, Afaganset in Sidibom local government area to recover tax debts. Patience John tells us more.
team of FIRS staff to the institution, Mr. Paul Anyebe, accompanied by other management staff and security operatives, said his organization had sent series of letters to the management of College of Education of Faranse after the college was audited in 2013. Mr. Anyebe, who is a state monitor, Government Business Tax Office, UYO, also explained the reason for the tax collection enforcement exercise.
Today is enforcing tax collection. Some agencies of government, like we have done today, College of Education of Faranse, made deductions from the contractors, the record of withholding and VAT, and did not remit to FIRS.
The provost of the College of Education of Faranse, Dr. Patrick Joseph Oko, was later invited to the Federal Inland Revenue Service Office for a reconciliatory meeting.
We've gone to the college. The provost accompanied us to our office here and has given some commitment as to how he is going to resolve this issue. So that he is going to start making payments, and when he has anywhere that he has an objection, he is going to appeal to the appropriate authority.
Meanwhile, the Federal Inland Revenue Service in the state has called on relevant government agencies which are yet to pay their taxes to its office to do so to avoid unpleasant actions. Patience John reporting.
A state branch of the National Orientation Agency has held a campus reorientation program tagged Do the Right Thing for students of the University of Uyo. The program, which was attended by stakeholders including Office of the Ethical and Attitudinal Reorientation Commission, Ministry of Education and that of Information, took place at the CBN Hall, Town Campus, University of Uyo. Ayagana Paul has more.
The University of Uyo, while declaring the open, said the reorientation aimed at addressing situations in the nation's tertiary institutions which have witnessed different forms of social vices. Professor Ekbo mentioned some of those vices to include cultism, gangsterism, examination, indiscipline, drug abuse, human trafficking, sexual harassment, disrespect for constituted authority, and forms of indiscipline. The objective of the program are to create awareness of the national core values among students, restore confidence in the tertiary institutions, and ensure peaceful coexistence among Nigerian students. The Vice Chancellor lauded stakeholders for the initiative, which she noted will shape the lives of Nigerian students at large and University of Uyo students in particular.
These vices, as we are all aware, have had adverse and far-reaching effects on the nation's development, on its aspirations, and they need to be checked, especially in tertiary institutions.
In their speeches, the Commissioner for Education, Professor Atimanti, the representative of the Commissioner for Information, and the representative of the Chairman of EACOM said the participation that the country is facing moral, political, and economical challenge. They urged agencies and parastatals to join hands in sanitizing the education sector and advised participants to make judicious use of the
There is the dire need to positively affect the mindset of students in order to reposition them through positive orientations that will convey to them the concept of do the right thing.
We are here not only to urge others to do the right thing, but also to do the right thing ourselves.
The campaign of Do the Right Thing seeks to emphasize the need for you students, especially the new ones, to rightly engage yourselves in positive activities and to rightly engage your devices. Use your phones only for positive and necessary calls.
The Director General of National Orientation Agency, whose address was read by the State Director, Mrs. Catherine Ekbo, said the is targeting at imparting positive attitudes on Nigerian youths in tertiary institutions, as well as broadening the space of dialogue between young people and makers. He said the commission has taken the program to over 20 higher institutions in the country since the commencement in 2012.
This program is targeted at Nigerian youth in tertiary institutions of learning with the aim of imparting positive attitudes that will ensure the full development of their potential while encouraging them to conform to those desirable values necessary for national development.
Lecture given on the challenges of value orientation and dimensions of moral decadence by Dr. Ubongda of the Department, University of Uyo, and the representative of Dr. Robert Dode. The lecture blamed the attitude of students in Nigerian tertiary institutions on corruption on the part of education stakeholders and cultural change of behavior. The program had as its theme Student Values, Reorientation Implication for National Transformation.
The former secretary to the state government, Mr. Dom Emmanuel, has lauded youth in the states for coming together to celebrate the uncommon transformation drive of the Akpabio administration. He was speaking at the final match between the Akwa Ibom Faithful and Godswill Akpabio volunteers for the Godswill Akpabio Uncommon Transformation and Dom Emmanuel Sustainable Development Unity Football Cup tournament held last weekend. The encounter took place at the Uyo Sports Stadium. The story is here presented.
At the end of the final encounter, Akwa Ibom Faithful defeated the Godswill Akpabio Volunteers 1-0 to lift the Godswill Akpabio Uncommon Transformation and Udom Sustainable Development Unity Football Cup. Kickoff for the final encounter, which was organized by Forum of Youth Group Leaders in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, was taken by the former Secretary to State Government, Mr. Dom Emmanuel. The winning team was presented with a trophy, while a victory umbrella and a plaque were presented to Mr. Emmanuel. Medals were also presented to the most valuable player, golden gloves to the best goalkeeper, and a golden boot to the highest goal scorer. Speaking at the end of the encounter, Mr. Dom Emmanuel thanked the forum for organizing the competition to foster unity through sports and for seeking sustainable development, saying it was the right decision taken at the right time. Mr. Emmanuel encouraged the forum to remain faithful to the present administration while pledging to support the group and announced a cash donation and a bus for the forum.
To you, who have actually shown today that belief, that trust, that faith in sustainable development, that in the next few years we will build on that foundation.
The chairman on the occasion and special advisor, Bureau of Technical Matters, Engineer Tidu Inyang, lauded the group for giving honor to whom honor is due. He congratulated the participating teams for exhibiting the spirit of fair play and sportsmanship throughout the period of the competition and made a cash donation to the group.
I am so much attached to this team, and this team will definitely not die. I will make sure I continuously work with you because I see in you a responsible leadership.
The chairman, Forum of Youth Group Leaders, Comrade Paul Bassi, said the idea behind the competition was to celebrate Governor Akpabio's uncommon transformation and to support Mr. Dom Emmanuel for sustainable development through sports. He expressed appreciation to all who contributed to the success of the competition. According to Comrade Bassi, a dinner for participating teams, which was scheduled for Saturday at Le Méridien Ibom Hotels and Golf Resort, has been shifted to 21st December 2014 at the same time.
You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org. Follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That has been our package on the news. But before we go, another look at the major highlights. We brought you a story, and the People's Democratic Party has held primaries to elect flag bearers for the House of Representatives election. Our reporter who monitored the distribution of materials says the exercise was peaceful. That's the news, and thank you for staying with us.
Season's greetings to you all from the entire management and staff of Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, Akwa Ibom State. Love, peace, prosperity, blessings, happiness, kindness, joy, fruitfulness, and all-round goodness. We wish you a